Let's just be together for a moment before I open us to anything, before I start really speaking. Just be. Just start to come into body. Start to open. Start to unravel a little bit. And start to feel into this space that we're creating together. Start to feel into the sacredness of self, right? There's that practice that we do so often in ReWilding, and it's the practice of I see you. And it's not just I see you physically, but I see the allness of you. And so to just take a moment and hold that practice into for yourself, right? The I see you. So it's as if we're becoming this witness to self. And it's I see you. And then use your first name. So for me, it's I see you, Sabrina. I see the fullness of you. I see the 5 faces of the feminine in you. Sabrina, I see your medicine woman. I see your lover. I see your warrior. I see your mother. And I see your dark goddess. So it's I see the fullness of the divine feminine in you, in all of her faces, in all of her expressions, all of her emotions, all of her wildness, and all of her softness, all of her vulnerability. So it's this honoring of self, and this is such a beautiful way for us to open this space together, is really, really honoring and witnessing and seeing self. And in this practice, I'm holding the space of I see you. I honor the fullness of you. I'm holding this space and opening us to this space where all of it's welcome, all of it's accepted, all of it's honored, all of it's loved, all of it, right? The crinkly bits, the wretched bits, the expanded bits, the empowered bits, the love bits, the raging bits, all of it is welcome in this big, huge, profound, sacred sisterhood space that we're sitting in. So that's the first part of how I want to open our journey together, is one that I see self. 2 is I honor this space that we're in, this temple, if you like, this sacred container that we're going to journey in. So we're able to dive into these places because we're held. And we're held by our circle and by all of the forces that are holding this space for us. The mystics who've come before us, the ancestors, the wild women who've done this sacred work in the past. So we're held in this container by that energy that is so much bigger than me, so much bigger than you, so much bigger than us. And this is also just kind of an invocation as well. So you can probably feel what's happening here. And in our first kind of session together, it's this invoking that which is bigger than us, that which is greater than us. And we're going to do this opening practice that is profound. It is extraordinarily big. It is extraordinarily opening, healing, transformative. We are literally inviting the life force energy to open and to awaken within us, and to infuse this space that we're going to be in for the next couple of modules, that we're going to be in for this retreat program together. Okay, so let's come back to a really quick holding of self, right? So you may want to put your hands on your heart, hands on your womb space. Heart feels really good to me right now. So if that feels good to you, to just hold your heart, right? Honor self, make this commitment to self of, I'm going to show up for me. I'm going to really honor this time that I've got for me. Because when I'm putting the time aside to come into my fullness, I am then a better mother. I am then a better wife. I am then a better friend, a better sister, a better mother, a better daughter. I am more for those who are in my life. So I think sometimes as women, we get so wrapped up in the giving, the doing, out there, and we lose track of time for self, time to really set aside our growth, our empowerment. And I want to talk to that for a moment, in that this is an opportunity. You've set aside time, you've invested resources, and you're investing time to be here, and to, if you can hold that intention that I'm doing this not just as I'm not doing this as a selfish act. This is so selfless. And for us to really comprehend that this taking time out for my empowerment, my growth, my opening, my healing, my coming into fullness is one of the most selfless acts that we can do. It's not the easiest act. I'm going to take us into some really big spaces, some spaces that will challenge you. And they challenge you because transformation is challenging. Because opening up to our fullness and our gifts is sometimes a little bit scary, right? It's scary to be in our fullness. The amount of power, the amount of love that we are capable of is scary sometimes, right? So to honor that, but to know that in this selfless act, it's such a service. Us coming into our full empowerment is us being of service to our family, to our friends, to our communities. And to honor that and to set that intention. So to hold that, I mean, let's put our hands on our hearts and let's really hold that and to just go, yeah, there is a ripple effect in what I'm doing here, in what I'm about to step into, in what I'm about to open to, because I will tell you now, you healing you coming into wholeness in you, heals the generations forward, generations past, generations sideways. It is that profound ripple effect. Energetically, we all know, and mentally, we've probably, a lot of us have read the big spiritual esoteric principles of we are all connected, right? It's this web of life. If you think of a spider web, and way over here on this tiny corner of the spider web, something jiggles. It's felt over here, and that's us. That's this universe that we live in. So to know that when I'm way up here in my tiny little corner, and I'm coming into my fullness and all of my love and my potential way over here, it's got this ripple effect, this thread that goes all the way to the opposite corner, and there's a resonance here. And so something else I want to say about our work together and honoring what it is that we're doing, and it's this knowing that everything that we do together is for your ultimate empowerment, is for you to align to your ultimate soul purpose, that thing that only you can do in this world. We've all come in with different gifts. We've all come in with different passions. We've all come in as this unique soul that is here to express or to create or to do or to be in a certain way that only you can do, right? That, like me, I have this Sabrina-ishness to me. I don't know that, I know that that's not a word, right? But there's this unique flavoring to me. I'm uniquely wired to do what I do. I'm uniquely wired to express the things that I'm here to express, or to bring into the world that which I'm uniquely designed to bring into the world. And you've got that as well. There is a unique design to you, a unique expression to you, and there is something that only you can bring into this world, only you can gift us with. So when I say coming into full empowerment, this is what I mean. I mean, we're going to peel back all of the layers that stop us or that have prevented us from coming into this unique full expression and fulfilling our dharma, fulfilling our destiny, our biggest destiny in this world. How does that feel? Are we good with that journey? I know I'm incredibly excited. So I think energetically, if you can feel, we've kind of just started to open up the space. And now I want to talk a little logistically. So we've opened up this big space. We're in this big space together. And now I want to just share with you that I'm incredibly excited about this online program. It has been something I have longed to do and to share and to give and to create this space, this container that traverses time and space, and to share with you and to hopefully open up a door for this resonance to happen, right? So I talk oftentimes about when one woman can open the door, it's that much easier for the next woman to go through. So my aim is to open this door for us. And as you know, it's not just me. There's a team of ReWilding women who are helping to support this journey as well. So they're energetically opening the door. And we've got this group of sisters. So you're journeying along, regardless of when you're doing this program with us, you're journeying alongside other sisters. And you'll see them in that private Facebook group. I encourage you, interact. There's magic in sisterhood. There's magic that gets created and that gets opened up to when women come together. When we come together with right intention. And that's what this is about. So not only am I holding this the space for us, and I'm opening us up to these practices, and I'm sharing everything that I can possibly share with you over the next 5 modules. But there's this other magic that's being held in our group that is always there, and that is held, and that's this sisterhood, that's that temple, that sacred space that we're traveling through together. Okay, so in this video, I also want to very strongly and very powerfully invoke the divine feminine in her rawest form, her biggest form, her full Shakti form. When I say full Shakti, there are, of course, specific tendrils. So if we think of the fullness of the divine feminine as white light itself, and then we think of the different threads of that white light as the rainbow, right? So when we have all the colors of the rainbow together, they create just the white light. Now, goddesses, archetypal energies, specific Shaktis are just colors of the rainbow, right? So when we work with these aspects, and we'll dive more into them because they take us to specific parts of self, specific little threads and little energy lines that we can look at, where we can de-rubble, we can open, we can release that goo or that gunk that's clogging up the line. So we'll dive into that in the next modules or in the coming modules. But in this module, it's opening up to the white light, the fullness of all of the divine feminine in all of her faces, all of the Shaktis. We're going to open up to her. And then we'll see where that meditation leads us. I have a good sense that it's going to open us up this way to then invite what we can refer to as the divine masculine to come and meet her, right? This is high. This is high. If this doesn't make sense to you, that is okay. It doesn't have to. This is an energetic feeling thing. This is an opening, an awakening that is far beyond the mind. So the logical mind gets lost in a lot of this, and we come up with a lot of different frameworks and ways of explaining this. So in the tantric tradition, it's Shiva Shakti. In some of the other traditions, in like Christianity, it would be the Holy Spirit is what's considered Shakti. Can be the Holy Spirit. So there's a lot of different ways of explaining this, and I'll dance around to give us maybe some different frameworks, because certain frameworks will resonate with us each individually in different ways. So in this retreat, I'm also going to give us a lot of different ways in. So certain practices will resonate with you more than other practices. Some women are incredibly visual, and some women go very deep when we go into a stillness meditation or a guided visualization type of meditation. That might be the profound doorway for you that day. Whereas other women, it's a kinesthetic doorway in. It's a felt sense, it's a feeling, it's a let's do some active meditation, some more movement type stuff. That's the profound doorway in for that woman on that day. For some of you, it's just listening to what's coming through as I talk, right? There's an energetic transmission that always happens anytime people are having a conversation. So for some of you, the most profound moments may come while listening to the words I share. So I'm coming at you from all angles, right? A lot of different doorways. So I share that with you from a place of some things may really, 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 really resonate and really open you in big, powerful ways, where other things may be a little more subtle. Doesn't mean that things aren't happening as well. a lot of times things happen on this really quiet, subtle level, and we've got to get to a place of real stillness or quiet to even notice what's happening. So again, in the welcome video, I talked about creating this space and this container. So if you can create space and quietness, you will notice more insights will come, more knowings will come, more of a logical understanding. The energetics is gonna get you, regardless of where the mind is at. It's coming through, but it's how aware can we be, right? So it's mindfulness practice, and the more quiet our mind is, the more still our mind is, the less distractions that we have going on, the more our mind is able to stand in that witness consciousness, the more our mind is able to be mindful of what's happening. And the more the mind can translate what is raw, pure, very high energy, the more that the mind is free to do that, the more that will come through for us in that logical, rational, I want to make sense of this kind of a way. Okay, I'm just checking time for us. So let's do the practice. I think it feels really right to open up to this practice. Now, this is a really powerful practice that we do in live workshops and live retreats for ReWilding, and it's a way of us opening up to the divine feminine in her fullness. So I encourage you to just sink in. The question here is, how much can I open to this? How much can I allow? How much can I feel? There's no pushing with the feminine. There's no, that's the best way of saying it. There's no pushing. It's more of a, how much can I open? How much can I feel? How much can I surrender to this life force energy that wants to roll through me? Now, this life force energy is what keeps you alive, but it's how awake are we to it? So we've all got it. We've all got Shakti running through us. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here living in this moment. So it's there. But this is an invocation of an opening to her, of a moreness, of a yes, I'm willing to allow more of this divine wisdom, this feminine energy, this sacred feminine, this divine feminine, this Shakti to roll through me, to open me, to heal me in miraculous ways, to guide me to my path, to opening my heart, to opening of my sexuality, to opening of my spiritual centers, to opening of my passions, my purpose, aligning me and opening me to the full embodiment of the authentic me. Remember that, a unique expression that only you can express in this life. And that's what she does. That's what she's opening us to. So, I might just tilt our camera down a little bit so that maybe you can see me a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so if you're not standing, I would suggest standing for this practice. So standing up, you want your feet about hip width apart, bending your knees. You may have done this practice with me in the past, and you may already start to feel energy rolling. So I've already been opening up the channels, and you may already be vibrating like every cell in your body feels more alive already, or other reactions. Just trust whatever's happening for you. But I'm going to take us through this meditation. So really feeling your feet firmly planted, right? We have Gaia beneath us. We have big Mother Earth beneath us, right? This is like the womb of the world is located just beneath our feet. And so she wants us to tap into her. She wants us to align with her. This is an opportunity to come into rhythm with the Great Mother. Of course, we are her. She is us. But as humans, we have this separateness, this duality thing that is our gift and it is our curse. And so it's an opportunity to sink into her. So really starting to just maybe feel the roots growing out of your feet. So feeling these big roots coming out of the soles of your feet and starting to grow down into Mother Earth. And just starting to feel that connection with all of the other roots, right? So you might start to feel that you're connecting in with the other roots of life, other trees, other plants. You're deep in the earth and you can feel the aliveness. There's an aliveness in there. There's an aliveness that's in your roots, that's in the earth, that's in these other roots. And now, if you can breathe, you start to breathe. You breathe some of that aliveness up through those roots, right? You're just breathing. You're breathing. You're inviting. You're welcoming this connection. You're welcoming this big mama life force energy in. Use your breath. Relax your body, sink in. You can use the inhale to pull this potent energy up through your legs. Your legs might be shaky. There might be other things happening. Just take notice, but keep breathing more. More energy in, more. It's a yes, it's a yes. And then you want to feel into the first chakra. So first chakra is located at your perineum, that space between, just behind the entrance to your vagina or yoni. I'm going to use the word yoni throughout this program together. So just behind the yoni, you can even feel the yoni as part of it, right? It's that first chakra area. And you want to sink in. So you might find your knees are bending a bit more. You might find that your hips are tilting a bit. So it's almost as if the pelvis tucks in to kind of create that alignment. And now it's an opening. So we're just consciously breathing an opening of that first chakra. So letting the body move, letting the breath be there. We're opening. We're just starting to allow that first chakra to open. Using your breath to draw, to open, to awaken, to enliven this area of the body. Breathing all the way down into the base of your spine, into this first chakra area. And just opening, letting your body do whatever the body wants to do. There's a wisdom here. And we're just opening up to our own body wisdom. And now letting that energy, that opening start to trickle up. So it starts to trickle up into the hips. You'll feel it start to open the hips, opening the pelvic region. Starting to come up into the second chakra. Letting there be sound. So if there's sound that starts to arise for you, letting there be sound. Sound helps to open. Sound is an incredibly powerful practice for opening up to the feminine. Okay, so we're letting this energy move. It's opening, it's awakening. It's awakening our hips. It's awakening our womb space, our yoni, our fallopian tubes, our ovaries, right? We're really just letting this energy start to move through this whole area. The whole area of the hips. In the back, you can start to feel the base of the spine, the sacrum. Breathing it open. Letting there be sound again, and movement and breath. Breath. This is a very active meditation, this invocation, this invitation. This is an initiation into the feminine. All right. So now opening. Letting that energy move up, 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 up into the belly. Letting that third chakra open. Letting there be sound, letting there be movement. Using the breath to draw that energy up into the third chakra. Trusting whatever's happening in the body, just taking notice of what's happening. And then letting it come up even further. Expanding the ribs. Letting this energy move up into the ribs. It's coming up from that third chakra, up into the heart, up into the fourth chakra. And you just let it move you, letting it expand. Using the breath to open this fourth chakra, this heart space, both front and back, right? How does the body want to move to open you to this energy? Letting it move you. And then coming up, 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 up into the upper chest, that upper heart region. This is an important, powerful place for us. The upper heart, breathing, opening, feeling. And then letting it come into the throat. So letting the energy open the throat chakra. If there's a sound, let there be a sound here. This is profoundly healing and opening to let this energy create sound. If there's a sound that's authentically there, letting the back of the neck open. Remembering that the throat is very connected to the opening of the yoni. The opening of the throat is made out of the same types of cells that the opening to the womb is made out of. There is such a link here. So just breathing, letting the energy move, trusting whatever is or is not happening for you. Just breathing and staying with the breath, staying with the fact that we're opening up the throat. Now letting this energy rise. Letting it rise up through the head, up through the head, up to that third eye or the sixth chakra. That space just between the eyes. Letting that open. Trusting the movement of the body. And then we're going to rise even higher up through the crown, up, letting that energy rise up through the crown of the head. Letting that crown open. And you may have a sense of this almost beam of light coming directly down, or you may feel pressure on the top of your crown. That, from a very high, pure, energetic standpoint, is the energy of the divine masculine. So we've just brought the divine feminine in her gorgeous Shakti, snake-like way up, 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 out the crown to invite the divine masculine to come in. And that's what we can open to here. So it's an opening of the crown and allowing this pure, white, very straight, very, 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 very pure light of the divine masculine to come back down through the center of the body. So you can feel it's almost this column straight through the center of your being, and just allowing that light to permeate, to penetrate right through the center of your being, through all of the energy centers, back down, all the way down to that first chakra. And then letting it infuse that first chakra area, right? So it's almost an enlivening and a fueling of that first chakra area, right? And just trusting whatever the body's doing, or whatever you're feeling, or whatever's arising for you. So we're just going to stay in this energetic space of extraordinary connectedness for a moment. And just let your body do what it wants to do. And now, earthing this energy. So imagining all of this gorgeous energy that's in the body. Imagine it connecting back in and down through those roots. So allowing it to pour down into the reconnection with the Great Mother. Using your breath to help you if that feels right. So really grounding this now, really coming into this deep, deep connection with the earth, with this life, with your life, with being here in this world, embodying this energy and being in this world here. Just breathing, taking notice of whatever's happening for you, using that mindfulness practice to just be aware. What are you feeling? What's happening for you? What are you noticing? Is there an area of your body that's lit up? Is there a particular emotion that's come to you? Is there a softness? Is there an electrical feeling? Is there an awakeness, an aliveness? Is there a sadness? Is there, what is it? Just feeling what's happening for you in this space. Trusting it because it is perfect what's happening for you. Honoring it, so it's a witnessing of it and it's an honoring of it. And if it feels right, I would strongly recommend going straight from this space and journaling. So continuing in this energy, right? We're grounded, but we're open. We've just opened up to the fullness of Shakti, the fullness of Shiva. If this is your first time, it might feel strange, or you might not feel much, and that's okay. That's fine. You may have felt totally new things. It may feel scary. It may feel new. New is always scary. Whatever's happening for you, no matter how big or how small, honor it and take some time to journal or get out in nature. Walk in this energy. Walking is such a great practice. Walking in silence in nature with no distractions allows for a lot of what's energetically happening to slowly get into the mind and allows for us to translate through the mind. So walking is such a powerful practice. So from here I suggest either walking and allowing the insights to arise, or journaling and just writing. It's that free flow of just whatever's coming out. I feel what's coming up for me is what I saw was, some of us are very visual, right? These colors, these symbols, this, whatever it was, right? Because writing will bring out more oftentimes. Or share it with somebody. A lot of times when we verbalize, we are doing this kind of anchoring in, and for some women, the actual talking of an experience is what helps us to translate the energetics into the more logical understanding, or I shouldn't say that, more of the insights around it. Now, if you're journeying through this alone, that's fine. You're not. We've got the Facebook group. So feel free to verbalize via the written word. In that group, there's a deep witnessing that happens. So just sharing your experience allows an anchoring in of sorts. There's a magic to the witnessing of it, and that's what our circle is for. That's why we've got that private group. It's for the witnessing to happen. So sharing it, I will be there to witness. The ReWilding team is there to witness, and your sisters are there to witness. I really encourage you to read what others have shared, because oftentimes there's a resonance. So some woman, another sister may share her experience, and it is so beautifully linked in some way to your own experience that it may open up more of your experience or give you a deeper understanding of the experience that you've just had. So it's not just about sharing your experience, it's also in being the witness to, and reading the other comments with an open heart, witnessing with an open heart, allowing any insights to arise while you witness, while you read other women's experiences. So it's staying in this deeply connected but very open place. You may read some woman's experience some woman, I talk about like we don't know each other, right? One of your sisters. You may read one of your sister's experiences and it may bring tears to your eyes because it has struck the most beautiful chord within you. That's the magic. That's the magic of being in this circle that we're in this sisterhood, in this tribe, in this space of this is what women can do when we come together. Okay, so it's a little bit under an hour for this video, but it feels very right to end here. I don't want to talk much more. I want to leave us in this space. And in the next module, I'll talk a little bit more about the feminine and what we've opened up to. But I do want to leave you in this energetic space to journal, to go and walk, to share in the Facebook group, to deepen what we've just done here. So I see you and I honor you and what you've opened up to and what you've experienced. And I hope to hear from you in the Facebook group about the experience that you've just had. Okay. So much love to you, my dear friend, and I will see you in the next module.